Hello and welcome to episode 52 of Rebuilding Chelsea on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got two games for you. The second leg of our Champions League quarter-final away to Inter Milan, and a home Premier League game against Aston Villa. So let's get straight into it, and the team to face Inter is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team for that trip to Milan, and it is Unai Simon in goal. Back four is Wijndal, Botman, Silva and James. Bellingham at the base of midfield, Thuram and Mount ahead of him, Evanilson on the left, Sterling on the right, Moukoko up front. So I'll submit the team, and let's go and find out what my assistant manager's got to say in the team talk. Okay, well, he has once again gone with we need to show everyone the recent praise is justified, put on a real show. There's nothing I can do about it now. I don't really agree with him, but never mind. So let's get into the match and see if we can finish the job. And as always with Champions League knockout games, I'll let you see the teams and listen to the Champions League anthem. And we'll get the match underway once all the preliminaries are done, and see if we can book our place in the next round. So at 5-0 up, it shouldn't be a problem, and it is Unai Simon to Botman into Thuram, finds Wijndal, infield to Thuram again, beats his man, plays it into Moukoko, back to Botman, out to Wijndal on the left, who plays it back to Botman. Silva, we're going the other way this time. Into Mount. Silva back to Botman. Into Bellingham. Botman again. Thuram. Ball over the top for Evanilson to chase, but Dumfries has outmuscled him and won possession for Inter. Wijndal wins it back and plays it through for Moukoko. He's in, but can he find a teammate? He can. Evanilson, and then Sterling at the second attempt beats Andre Onana and makes it Inter 0, Chelsea 1, 6-0 on aggregate. And if it wasn't already dead and buried, it surely is now. So all we need to do now is just see the game out without picking up any unnecessary injuries or suspensions. So DiMarco with the throw in to Coman, Manswerk to DiMarco, Manswerk, ball over the top, Silva cuts it out, Sterling, Thuram gives it away to Ruben Neves, into Carboni, Dumfries on the right for Inter, it's crossed in and it deflects to Unai Simon for an easy save. And so far everything is going according to plan. So at half time we're going to make 2 or 3 substitutions just to freshen things up, not because we really need to, and just to ensure that nobody gets injured or picks up a ban that they really don't need. As Inter come forward again, Barella to DiMarco. DiMarco goes round his man and plays it back to Barella, who shoots, and Simon waves it over his crossbar. Highlight comes to an end. We're into the last 10 minutes of the first half. Still no addition to the scoreline. It is another Inter highlight. DiMarco gets it back off Coman, finds Barella. DiMarco again. Mount takes it off him and finds Simon, who clears long. Moukoko is beaten in the air by Manswerk. DiMarco to Neves, back to Schürrle, finds Dumfries, into Neves, Dumfries again, to Carboni. Neves gives it away, but Dumfries wins it back. Neves to Barella. Barella's ball forward is cut out, but DiMarco picks it up. Çalhanoğlu to Manswerk. It's played forward, and Coman is in and scores. And it is Inter Milan 1, Chelsea 1 on the night. 6-1 on aggregate. Really shouldn't make any difference to the destination of the tie. But that is the half-time whistle. So let's go make some changes, as my assistant says he's happy with how we've dominated possession. And I'm okay with that, to be honest. We could make anyone come off at half-time. I'm going to take Makoku off for Sesko. I'm going to take... Who else should we take off? We'll take off the yellow-carded Mason Mount for Guendouzi. And we'll take off the tiring Bellingham as well. And we'll bring on Xavi Simons. I'll put Guendouzi at the base of midfield. And that will do for now. We've got 2 more subs remaining, so we'll use them in the second half to just try and see things out. And I'm already thinking Reece James and probably one of Thuram or Sterling for the 2 remaining substitutions. As Kingsley Coman has got another goal for Inter. They lead on the night, and it's 6-2 on aggregate. So we're still comfortably in control of the tie, but we really don't want to give away another goal. Wijndal to Thuram to Botman. Wijndal to Evanilson. Thuram dispossessed but wins it back. Botman to Thuram. Botman again. Turns and plays it all the way back to Unai Simon. Silva into Simons. It's given away. Çalhanoğlu to Coman, who's on a hat-trick, remember. Coman's ball back. Headed away, Carboni to Dumfries, and that one is over the crossbar. And I think I'm going to go Reece James on the hour and Vanderson to come on. And then it's going to be Sterling for the final change in another 5 or 10 minutes. Simons to Botman. It's given away. And they've got another one back. And it's 3-1 on the night. 6-3 on aggregate. So let's take Sterling off now. And we'll bring on David Neres. Çalhanoğlu with the ball in. Headed away, but Carboni picks it up. Neves dispossessed. Sesko flicks on, but he should have been the one on the end of the flick on. So we lose possession, although he's won it back and finds Sterling to Guendouzi. It's played out to Evanilson on the left, into Sesko, and Simons slots it home, and that's 3-2 on the night, 7-3 to Chelsea on aggregate. So any danger of a wobble has gone, and we are going to be okay. But it does look like we're going to lose the second leg as we enter the final 10 minutes of the match. And it's still 3-2. Unai Simon with a free kick to Silva into Simons. Thuram to Evanilson, out to Wijndal on the left. Surely he's going to cross this. He doesn't. He plays it through for Sesko, who pulls it back to Xavi Simons. And is that an equaliser on the night? It is. It is. Inter Milan 3, Chelsea 3, 8-3 on aggregate. And embarrassment has been avoided. And that is the full-time score as well. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and a home Premier League game against Aston Villa. Team for this one is Simon in goal, back four of Cucurella, Botman, Silva and James, Bellingham at the base of midfield, Thuram and Mount ahead of him. It's Evanilson on the left, Sterling on the right and Sesko up front. So let's submit the team and go and hear what my assistant manager's got to say in the team talk. Okay, he's beginning to sound a bit like a stuck record, to be honest. He's gone with, we need to show everyone the recent praises justify, put on a real show again. Seems to have gone down okay with the lads though, so let's get into the match. And let's see if we can keep our Premier League title challenge on track. As you can see, we are top of the table at the moment, so a win here would really rubber stamp our title credentials. Cucurella comes forward into the area, goes round his man, pulls it back, and it's cut out. And Aston Villa can break, but Bellingham's won it back. Finds Botman to Silva, into Thuram, who gets away from his man, plays it into Reece James on the right, and it's cut out, but it pinballs around, and Sesko has an effort just over the crossbar, and the highlight comes to an end. So I am going to fire up the lads at this stage and see how that goes down. Largely well, to be honest, so that was probably the right call. We want them to go after this and get the win that will really strengthen our position. But we're more than half an hour into the game. Still no breakthrough yet. So it's looking like substitutions at half time are going to have to do the job again. As the half-time whistle approaches, it's Cucurella with the throw-in, looking for Sesko. He's found him and it's flicked on, but Nielsen wins it for Villa. It's played back to Palacios. Kamara, Palacios, back to his keeper Martinez. Diego Carlos to Palacios. Kamara there struggling to get out, but it looks like they've managed to beat the press finally. Although Konsa is forced backwards to Nielsen. Konsa again, over halfway this time. And this time they have got away. And Kalajic misses a big opportunity for Aston Villa. Will they regret that? It's the only time we've seen them come forward in the first half. And that is half time. It's 0-0. So into the dressing room. And my assistant has gone with the same message at half time. I'm going to slightly muddy the waters by making some changes at half time. Where do we need to change things? The booked Cucurella is probably a good one to start with. Let's bring Vendel on. We'll also take Evan Nielsen off and bring on... In fact, let's put Mason Mount out there on the left-hand side and take Evan Nielsen off, and we'll bring on Xavi Simons. And for my final trick, Kefren Thuram for Guendouzi. And that will do. So let's get out there for the second half. We'll go attacking. We'll demand more. And we'll keep an eye on who might need to come off. We've got 2 substitutions remaining. Mason Mount for Ezabde is probably a perfectly reasonable shout. So we'll do that. And I'll give Mokoku a stint up top as well to try and finish the match off. We really need a win in this one. So we're going to demand more one more time to try and get it. We're into the final 10 minutes though. It's still 0-0. And that remains the case with 5 minutes left. Will there be one more opportunity for Chelsea to pinch the points? It's not looking likely. And that's it. It ends Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 0. I'll be back in a moment to show you the Premier League table and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, here is the Premier League table then, and as you can see, with 33 games gone, we're top of the table, 22 wins, 7 draws, just the 4 defeats, 73 points on the board, 8 clear of second place Liverpool, 12 clear of third placed Leicester, and 13 points clear of fourth placed Arsenal. Arsenal do have 2 games in hand, which would get them to within 7 points if they were to win both of them. So effectively, that would cut our lead at the top by 1 point to 7 points. And so it's absolutely ours to lose from here. And let's have a look at when we might be coming back. Dead easy to make that decision. We'll play Brentford off camera in the Premier League, and I'll bring you back and show you both legs of the Champions League semi-final against Manchester United. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.